Hi everybody, it's me, LisaT, coming at you with some positive energy, reading The Language of Letting Go by Beattie. You just never know what the day has in store for you when you stay open and you surrender to life and you let go of your personal protective self and you just go with the stream, go with the flow, let it go and go with the flow. Reading The Language of Letting Go by Beattie. I love how this book parallels my life all the time, because today I'm just feeling like fun. I'm feeling free. I'm feeling like that childlike joy and awe of life that I love when I'm centered in. So no mistake, today's title is Have Some Fun, July 29th. Have some fun. Loosen up a bit. Enjoy life. We do not have to be somber and serious. We do not have to be so reflective, so critical, so bound up within ourselves and the rigid parameters and the rigid parameters others and often ourselves have placed around us. I go through stages like that, and my friends have said to me, Lisa, just like stop working so hard on yourself. You're always working so hard on yourself, and that's a big part of my life, and I don't want to let that go. Or maybe I should say, I want to embrace that, because we do want to let stuff go. I want to embrace that piece, but I also, it's, as I've said, it's all about balance. So, yes, work on myself and be introspective and do a lot of reflection. And, I'm like a philosopher, I'm a thinker. So, but then we gotta, have some fun too. And I'm having fun in the midst of all of that stuff too. I love recovery and healing and the journey, and but to really just to embrace having fun, embrace life, embrace it as it comes. So we don't have to be so reflective, so critical, so bound up with ourselves and rigid about the parameters. There we go. That's the right way to say it. I knew I said it wrong. The parameters that others and often ourselves have placed around us. We place barriers around us, and we're limitless as a spirit being. We are limitless and boundless, but we place these parameters on ourselves, and we don't need to do that. So this is life, not a funeral service. Have some fun with it. Enter into it. Lean into it, I like to say. Participate. Experiment. Take risks. I just said to someone this morning, with great risks comes great rewards. With great, there was another one I said, with great something also, but the higher the risk, the higher the reward. The higher the work, the higher the success. The harder the work, the bigger the success. So participate, experiment, take risks. Get out of your comfort zone. Be spontaneous. Do not always be so concerned about doing it right. That's one of my things. I'm like, I want to do it right. I want to do the right thing. And then I limit myself because I'm so in fear about making sure it's right. But right for who? Right for me? Right for them? Like, I don't know. That can get into a sticky situation if it's such a strong hold. If it's got a strong hold on me, doing it right. Do not always be so concerned about doing it right or doing the appropriate thing. Take risks. Try something. Make a mistake. Learn from it. Do not always be so concerned about others will think or say. I did a prayer back when I was doing the 21-day prayers. I posted them as I was doing them last year. I did a 21-day and another 21-day, and all of them had made one theme. And I think it was like the third or fourth one I did was about the other people's opinions having power over me to help. I asked for higher powers to help me to not let other people's opinions have power over me. So do not always be so concerned about others will think or say. People are always going to have opinion. People are all on their own journey. People have opinions from their own personal past. Their past is different than your past. That person's past is different than that person's past, and that's where most of our personal opinions come from. So we do not have to be concerned about what their opinions are, about what they think or say. What they think and say are their issues, not ours. Do not be so afraid of making a mistake. Do not be so fearful and proper. Do not inhibit yourself so much. We are boundless, limitless, expansive, spiritual beings, energy. And when we do all these things, when we have fear and we're worried about what people will say and we're concerned about others' opinions and don't want to make mistakes, when we're doing all that, we are limiting ourselves. We are inhibiting ourselves. God did not intend us to be so inhibited, so restricted, so controlled. All of that is about us controlling to protect ourselves. These represent parameters. these repressive parameters, and that one doesn't flow off the tip of my tongue. These repressive parameters are what other people have imposed on us. We come into this world as a baby who is just like wide-eyed and open to everything, but then parents, relatives, institutions, authority figures put concepts on us, put ideas on us, their stuff on us. So it's been imposed on us. So what other people have imposed on us, what we have allowed to be doned into us, put on us. I just learned that word from the last reading, doned. It means to be put on or wear. So what we have allowed to be doned onto us, what we have allowed to be, put on your attitude of gratitude, put on your suit of armor, put on we put things on, we can put that on. So other people have put that on us too, their stuff. So we don't need to, that's not what God's intention is for us. He wants us to be evolutionary, expansive beings. So we were created fully human. We were given emotions, desires, hopes, dreams, and feelings. There is an alive, excited, fun-loving child in us somewhere. Mine doesn't hide very well. It's out there all the time. Fun-loving child in us somewhere. Let it come out. Let it come alive. Let it have some fun. Not just for 2 hours on Saturday evening, but bring it with us. Let it help us enjoy this gift of being alive, being fully human, and being who we are. So many rules in this life. So much shame we've lived with. It simply isn't necessary. Man, shame was a big one. I've been working on the shame piece for so long. I have so much shame. I've had so much shame. I still deal with shame. But I can catch it these days. I can catch when I'm feeling ashamed. Maybe, and it might be after the moment, but that's how recovery works. At first you're not even aware of it. Then you get aware you did it yesterday. Then you get aware you did it an hour ago. Then you get aware you almost did it, and then you get aware that you can't stop yourself from doing it, and then you get aware that you're about to do it, and then you get to be aware that this situation might cause this, so you can set yourself up. So mine was around shame. A big one for me was around shame. So I'm now just starting to get aware, like moments later, like, oh, I felt shame in that. That's why those words came out of my mouth, or that's why that look came on my face, this shame. So many rules, so much shame we've lived with. It simply isn't necessary. We have been brainwashed. Worldly concepts have been placed on us, and we have been brainwashed. It is time now to free ourselves. The whole pandemic stuff, think about that, and that was a lot. Like, they were inundating us daily. I had some friends that watched the CP24 like nonstop, and I was like, oh my God, that's enough to make you crazy. It's brainwashing. It's filling the mind. We got to be careful what we let into this. We can free ourselves. We can trust our gut feelings. We can be sovereign beings, have our sovereignty, know that we can make decisions for ourselves, and we don't have to live by the concepts of the world, or the members that have in our orbit that have placed things on us. So we have been brainwashed. It's time now to free ourselves, let ourselves go, and enter fully human into a full life. Don't worry, we will learn our lessons when necessary. We have learned discipline. We will not go awry. So just, if you're going to let yourself, don't be like, oh, I can't do that, it's going to create chaos. No, you have discipline. You've learned your lessons. You're an adult. You know right from wrong. So we will not go awry. What will happen is that we will begin enjoying life daily, moment to moment, as it comes. We will begin enjoying and experience our whole self. We can trust ourselves. We have boundaries now. We've been doing this work. We have our program for a foundation. We've built a strong foundation day after day after day. That's what we're building, a foundation out of strength, not out of sand that's just going to wash away, out of strong mortar and values and self-love. We have boundaries now. We have a program for a foundation. We can afford to experiment and experience. We are in touch with ourselves and our higher power. So much more in touch with yourself, right? We are being guided But a frozen, inanimate object cannot be guided. It cannot be moved. So we can't be frozen. We can't be in fight or flight. We can't be in freeze. Because we can't move. So we have to let that stuff go. And that stuff is all fear. So have some fun. Loosen up a bit. Break a few rules. We won't be punished by God. God is not a punishing God. He's a forgiving, loving, caring God. We do not have to allow people to punish us. And we can stop punishing ourselves. I'll say that. I need to stop punishing myself. And we can stop punishing ourselves. There you go. As long as we're here and alive, let's begin to live. As long as you're here, let's live it. The secret to life is to live it. So here's your prayer for today. Today, I will let myself have some fun with life. I will loosen up a bit, knowing I won't crack and break. God, help me let go of my need to be so inhibited, proper, and repressed. Help me inject a big dose of life into myself by letting myself be fully alive and human. Amen. Thanks for watching. I love you all. Go live it.